Welcome everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you for joining me. Before we get started here, I wanted to ask anyone who's watching this that's not already subscribing to me to do a favor. If you'd please subscribe. I'm attempting to get to 1,000 subscribers and hit my goal, and it would really help out if you subscribe. All right, up today, I'm going to review Achtung Baby from U2, and this is a super deluxe edition with quite a number of CDs, DVDs, and some cool bonus stuff that's in here with a really great coffee table book that's in here. Now, at the time when they released this, you know, the industry was completely different, and they were really being experimental in what they were doing. But you got to go all the way back to 1976 when they formed. Things were completely different then, and 4 years later when they signed to Island Records and released their first album in 1980, Boy. And they then, you know, released several more albums, including 1987's Joshua Tree, which was a defining album for him at that point, but it had been that consistent sound that we knew from U2. That album ultimately sold 10 million copies and was just a huge benchmark for them. But following that and the release of the movie Rattle and Hum, which had a soundtrack that ultimately was treated like a full-fledged album, but it was B-sides and live stuff and you know, outtakes and things like that, cover songs and so forth. It sold 5 million copies, so I mean, it did really well, but it wasn't a full-fledged album. When they actually got in to start recording that, which would become Achtung Baby, they were worried about becoming stagnant. And so, you know, they decided to experiment, try different things, and they really branched out. And when this album hit in 1991, their seventh album, it was a game changer for the industry, for the sound of what was going on at that time. And it certainly was not the U2 of old at that point. They were incorporating at this point alternative sounds, industrial, electronic dance music. And it really introduced the band to an entirely new generation. I was part of that. I mean, I knew who they were before that, but they were not my band. When this came out, that was something unique. It was no longer, you know, like my older brother's band. It was now my band kind of a thing and what they were doing. And that's really what this album here is that defining turn for them. And so we're going to take a look at this album today. This ultimately went on to sell 8 million copies. But this is the super deluxe edition, and so that's certainly why they're putting it out, because it did so well. There's the spine, and then as you saw here, it's got a book in it, and then it's got this other cardboard packet here that's got some memorabilia type stuff in the back side of it. And this just slides right off, so we'll put the slipcase down, and then you've got the book part of it here, and we're going to look at that in a moment. But then we've got this cardboard thing, and it's kind of cool. I don't know if you can see it there. It's got these drawing images on it, which were sort of iconic at the time. And then it's holding all of these cool 12 by 12 images. And like the album itself, which has all of those squares on it that are images, these are a collection of those. And I was working in record stores back at that time, and these would come in, these cardboard sleeve things like this, and then you could cut them up and create montages and stuff and do it however you want. So I managed to get some of these first go round, but a lot of people didn't, and it's kind of cool to get some of these really big 12 by 12 images and stuff. I'm not going to go through them all. There's probably 20 of them, 15 to 20 of them here, but you do get those, and you could certainly do what you want or simply just look at them as great pieces of art as they are. But then we've got the book, and it's a beautiful coffee table style book. Right in the front, we've got the CDs that are in here. 6 CDs, there's 4 DVDs in the back, and we'll get to that. We've got the Achtung Baby studio album, and they paired it with Zooropa, which was recorded at sound checks and on the road and at various stops throughout. It was really built out of the tour from Achtung Baby, the Zoo TV tour. So that's why it's included here. Then you've got 2 discs worth of remixes in here, a disc of B-sides, which is the really cool thing, and then over here we've got Kindergarten, which is the demos to this, and again, pretty cool to get that. In the back part of this is 4 more discs. Those are the DVDs that this came with. And we've got a documentary in here. We've got the music videos. We've got bonus material, which is cool. And we've got a live show from Sydney from the Zoo TV tour in there. And I'll go through what those are in just a moment, but I wanted to show you a little bit of the interior of this book because it's just beautifully done. the images and stuff. And it's, like I said, it's more like a coffee table book with the amount of images and what's in here. But there is some write-up, as you can see in here. There's stuff, there's people being interviewed for it. Daniel Linos is in here. I know there's Brian Eno is commenting in here and whatnot. But you get some really cool images and stuff throughout this. Anton Corbin. So everyone's sort of weighing in on their idea of U2 and what they mean to them and so forth. And it's a cool take on the history of U2, who they are, and what they mean to everybody, and how they feel that you know, they redefined things and so forth. And so you get a lot of really cool stuff in there. Look at those cool images there. But it's a really great montage of images, you know, shot at that time. And then in the back, we get all the breakdown of what this stuff is. And while I'm not going to go through the Achtung Baby and Zooropa tracks, because we all know those, I did want to read through what, like the remixes and stuff. I'm not going to, again, go through all that. We got 2 discs worth of that. We've got 11 on the first disc and another 11, so 22 tracks. But things like the Night and Day Steel String remix, even better than the real thing, the Perfecto mix, Mysterious Ways, Solar Plexus Extended Club mix. I always had such long names for these things. Of course, it goes along with the long times, because these are like 8 and 7 and 9-minute remixes that are on here. Lemon, the Perfecto mix. Got a cool Can't Help Falling in Love, the cover song from Elvis, which was a B-side. Triple Peaks remix. There's a lot of really cool remixes on here. These remix albums almost sound like entirely new tracks in and of themselves, the way that they're done. So they're very much worth it, in my opinion. And disc 5, B-sides and bonus tracks. Now this is the one that I bought it for. Tracks like Lady with a Spinning Head, Blow Your House Down, Salome, Even Better Than the Real Thing, which was a single mix, which was different. Satellite of Love, which is the Lou Reed song. Who's Gonna Ride Your Wild Horses, the Temple Bar remix. A lot of cool B-sides in here. That's 16 B-sides and bonus tracks in here. And then the other one in here, the disc that I really liked, was disc 6, Kindergarten, which is the alternative Achtung Baby, which is early demos of these sort of things and different mixes and stuff. So we've got, they call them all Baby at the beginning. So Baby Zoo Station, Baby Even Better Than the Real Thing, Baby 1, and so forth, all the way down through here. So you get some Achtung Baby songs, or actually I think you get the entire album's worth of these that are on here. But you get to a lot of cool stuff. Fly, Mysterious Ways, different versions of those, and those are pretty cool on here. And there you go. That's cool book that this comes with, and the extras, as I said, 6 CDs and 4 DVDs, a 10-disc package. So to go along with the massive album that it is, this is a real super deluxe edition of this thing. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. As I said, I'm trying to reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers, and it would really help if you could subscribe. Thanks a lot, everyone, and I'll see you all real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.